Look, I know I sometimes say or post strange things, but that's just how my brain works. To anyone I've offended, I just want to say, I reinvented electric cars, and I'm sending people to Mars in a rocket ship. Did you think I was also going to be a chill, normal dude?
Excuse me. Would you mind answering a quick question for a documentary I'm doing?
Sure.
The question's, are you happy?
Am I happy?
Yeah.
Sure. Sure I am.
Why?
Why? Because I'm alive. I'm here today and I'm alive. That's why.
If you had one message to tell the entire world, what would it be?
Calm down and live your life.
An introvert loses energy from social interaction. An extrovert gains energy from social interaction. So an introvert wakes up in the morning with 5 coins. Every social interaction, they spend a coin. At the end, they are depleted. An extrovert wakes up with no coins. Every social interaction, they get a coin, and by the end, they feel rich. Like going to a party, they gives them energy, versus going to a party sucks your energy. What I have learned is I have a big personality, but I'm still an introvert. So what I've learned is that it doesn't matter which one you are. The question is how do you leverage what you got, right? And so I go to parties with an extrovert, right? Because that way they can do all the talking and I can just stand there and just eat the cheese. But if you notice, I've learned to leverage what I have.
So we hang around people that make us feel better, that tell us what we want to hear, not what we need to hear. And so we stay away from those people. And we stay away from those people, like our internal dialogue becomes that kind, it's okay. It's not okay. So that's where it starts. It starts with that accountability of it's not okay anymore. This can no longer be okay. And calling yourself out for exactly what you are and exactly how you need to fix it. That's where it starts.
I'm really self-conscious about my music. And even if I do a good job, I always wonder, how I could have done it better. I rarely celebrate anything. And just for anyone watching this that's wondering how this happened, that's really the answer. It's being so unsure how you're getting it done that you just kind of keep going in the hopes of figuring out the formula. Just feeling so lucky and blessed that the fear of losing it keeps you up at night.
One time my mom said, you need to get a job. I said, I already have a job. I'm just not getting paid yet. Actually, I have a career.
That's a huge punchline.
Real stuff, man. I'm working on my dream. That's my job. If I'm gonna pay attention to my nightmare, I should be able to work on my dream. Well, one of them is gonna take my energy. I would rather give my energy to my dream than my nightmare.
The secret is there's certain times don't think. Like when you get up in the morning, don't think. Just roll out of bed, go in your life cycle, or go on a bicycle ride, or go to the gym, work out. You know that's what you have to do. And then read something and learn something. So don't even think about it. Yeah. But there's other times where you have to really think, and you really have to get creative and have a clear vision of where you want to go and what you want to do. And that's what I always had, and that's what I always believed in. I always believed in making money.
When I'm at restaurants, I am a big tipper. I like to show people my appreciation. So when they come up to the table, I say, the quicker I get my order, the bigger your tip will be, right? And then the food will come fast. And then when we get ready to leave, I'll ask them, how much you want?
You'll ask the waiter how much do you want?
How much you want? And the most someone said was $4,000. And I said, okay, no problem.
You gave him $4,000? You should have punched him in the head is what you should have done.
What I did wasn't rocket science. For me as a kid, I had dreams bigger than anybody else could ever dream. I wanted to be the greatest. I wanted to be the best. When I went through a span of 5 or 6 years where I didn't miss a single day of training, 365 days a year, that made me different. I got 52 extra days each year than anybody else had. And in the sport of swimming, if you miss one day, it takes you 2 days to get back to where you were. Everybody else is taking a step back on Sunday when they weren't swimming, and I was taking that one step forward.
Entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. It is not. And to this day, it's like this every single day because you're always pushing the envelope, right? And the purpose of an entrepreneur is to solve problems. So every day something happens and you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. And you got to deal with it. And I also say entrepreneurship is the fast track to personal development Because every day, right, you're facing something right here. It's like, oh man, and you can't back down from it. You gotta deal with it.
Can I ask you a question? I said, yes. How can you from this building jump this building? I said, more easy. Rolling camera, action, jump, hospital.
It's so easy to fall in the footsteps of others, to do what they do because you think it's the right way because you think they've had the success and you can copy that success. You have to find your own path. You have to find your own footsteps. An art student must be a master from the beginning. That is, he must be the master of such as he has. By being now master of such as he has, there's promise that he will be a master in the future.
To find your way in life is not an external search, it's an internal search. Because God equipped you the moment he gave birth to you. God equipped you at birth with what you needed. He gave all of you a gift, all of you. Every last one of you, you're gifted. God never created a soul without giving them a gift. All of you sitting in here were given a gift at birth. He put it inside you. You ain't got to look under the ocean. It ain't on the mountain. It ain't under no rocks. He put it in you at birth.
If you can see it here and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
When you feel like giving up, don't. When you thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they? When they tell you to put all your stuff back on your desk, don't do that, man. Don't do that. When they tell you you're not funny, you're not gonna make it, don't believe them, man. Don't believe them. You got to be relentless. When they tell you that you overexposed, be relentless.
Those who are committed to being successful with whatever they are doing, one important aspect of their life is they're not settling down wherever it's a bit comfortable. Because comfort will happen when they lower you to in the grave, very comfortable you are, you know. Have you seen how comfortable they are? Once they're dead, if you throw them there also they're comfortable, if you lower them they're comfortable, even if you burn them.
I said, well, Daddy, what you want me to buy you? A new car? And my daddy always wanted a Cadillac, so I bought my daddy a Cadillac, remodeled my mama's whole house. It was embarrassing. She wanted brand new walnut paneling and brand new shag carpet. Who buy that? So that's what I ended up doing.
Hey, do you play basketball?
I used to.
Oh, you used to? I can beat you.
I want the house on the water. I want the nice car. I want the nice watch. I want to stay fresh. I want to stay clean. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You should strive for greatness.
People got mad at me. They're talking about Steve Harvey prefers wealth over health. No, I'm just telling you. If your ass wants to hit it and be rich, you got to quit bullshit. You got to get your hustle and grind on. You can't sleep at, well, how much you sleep? I sleep between 4 and 5 hours. If I get 6 hours, woof, I'm tired. Plus, I'm old. I gotta get up. I want to see what today is. I can't miss nothing. I'm old, man. I'm 64 years old, so I can't be laying in the bed waiting. I gotta get up early. I'm up before the sun come up every day because I just want to see what else God got.
If there's people who have regular jobs who are coming out in the rain, in the snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows, you don't need this right here. I promise you. You already won.
I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
I need a phone with a calculator. Do you have one, or should we borrow one?
Yeah, I got a phone.
You got one? Can we? Here, don't even unlock it. It's okay.
Don't unlock it.
Don't unlock it. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but That's your phone right there?
My ass.
If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a private plane, a 6 or 7 star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't hate on me. Don't get jealous of me, because I work my ass off to get it. Everything about my life and career, I've earned it. Ain't nobody gave me shit. Nobody handed me nothing. If you want it, go get it.
8 years, when I'm a millionaire by 25, I'll come shake your hand.
I promise you that statement itself made me 100% guarantee that you won't. If you really want to win and you want to come to New York in 8 years and shake my hand, here's what you need to do. You need to stop giving a shit about what anybody else has and realize that if you put your head down and just work for the next 10 years, no glamour, no new fucking car, suitcase, jewelry, trip, event, no Coachella, no fucking new fucking sneakers, like fucking work, you will have it. And every time you care about one of the things I just mentioned, it will slow down your process of having.
If I'm at a grocery store, if I give you 100 and your change is, you give me change, whoever's traveling with me, I give them all the change. If it's 20s, 10s, if it's $80 a change, I give it away. I don't want nothing except hundreds, because it's the law of attraction. I only want hundreds. That's the largest denomination bill. That's what I attract. So I attract hundreds, because I don't want nothing else. It's the law of attraction. If you start putting your singles away, you'll stop attracting singles.
Single people just look better anyway. Like they glow, you know what I'm saying? You see them, their eyes are open, their vibes, and like, yo, what's up? What day is it today? Like, they're just gassed. Like, single people just look sick. You can tell when someone's in a relationship. You can see. You can see, man.
You can see it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can.
I used to see that stuff and be like, damn, am I not working hard enough? You know what I mean? And that's where I think people don't realize is that you wired differently. You know what I mean? If you win, you know what I mean? You expect to win, right? Like some people, I don't know, like it's the hard work until you just fall in love with it. Like waking up, training, you just, yeah, that's what I do.
Every human being has genius level talent. There are no chosen one. God is giving every single person genius level talent. You just have to find what it is that you're great at and then tap into it.
We have always focused on this ratio here of the number of engineers that we have to the size of the user base, like for the impact that they're going to have. And what we found is that each engineer here is roughly responsible for more than 1 million users. Right, if you do that calculation, that's much more than smaller companies that have smaller user bases but smaller employee bases, and much larger than larger companies that have maybe more users but also a lot more employees.
My parents were great. You know, growing up, they instilled in me the importance of imagination, of curiosity, and understanding that, okay, if you want to accomplish something, I'm not just going to sit here and say, yes, you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can, but you have to also put in the work to get there, right? So they taught me that at a really early age, man. And when you grow up as a kid thinking that the world is your oyster, all things are possible if you put in the work to do it, you grow up having that fundamental belief.
What would winning mean to you?
Are you kidding me? First of all, winning at any age is incredible.
Yeah, and your age is?
How old are you? 80.
What?
You're 80? I'm 80.
Oh my God. If I believe that I'm disabled, I would wither up. I would be shy. I would be insecure. I would be afraid. I would act like I need your help. And the rest of humanity would be okay with that. But I choose something else. I choose to be strong. I choose to be a leader. I choose to have words to move this planet. I'll tell you why I was born. And I hope it inspires you to find out why you were born. I was born to rid this world of insecurity.
Muhammad Ali worked his butt off. And I remember that there was a sports writer that was there in the gym when he was working out and he was doing sit-ups. And they asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't start counting until it hurts. He doesn't start counting his sit-ups until he feels pain. that's when he starts counting. That is working hard.
Are you a billionaire yet, bro? Let's be honest. You're gonna be the YouTube's first billionaire.
Yeah.
Is it happened?
No. If I was, it'd obviously be paper. Like if we do one of these companies like Businessperson stuff, because like actual cash, I'm probably the poorest person in this room. If I make $3-4 million a month, I just spend it on videos the next month. We literally like have razor thin margins and just reinvest it all.
Oh, you're spending $4 million on a YouTube video?
Well, $4 million a month on video.
My uncle always told me something early in my life, which stuck with me, which is that while you're on the journey, you have to disconnect from the end goal. You know, because if you're just focused on some end goal, then you might get there, but it'll be hard to progress past that because you're so focused on that one destination that it's like, you know, you maybe forget everything in between, and maybe you could have done more in between. He always told me, like, just be here right now, live right now, and do the best you can right now. Don't worry about what that end goal is. It's great to have goals, it's great to have dreams, but it's just like you get too attached to it, and sometimes it can be a self-destructive thing.
You know, I just feel everybody's situation is unique. I feel everybody's situation is different. You know, but most definitely you gotta think of tomorrow, you know, and not just today. So the decisions you make, you should most definitely consider, you know, long term. And I think that's the difference. You know, let's not be so short term on everything now. Let's be patient, you know, on a lot of different things, and most definitely investing is one of them.
See, you have to keep going because you just don't know when God is going to flip the switch. And he can't tell you when he's going to flip the switch because it would destroy the one thing that he requires from you, faith.
The problem is we don't teach people how to lead, right? When you're very, very junior, we give people tons of training how to do their jobs. Some people get advanced degrees how to do their jobs so that they'll be good at them. And if you're really good at your job, we'll promote you. And eventually you get promoted to a position where you're now responsible for the people who do the job you used to do, and we don't teach you how to do that. So how can we expect people to be good at their jobs if we don't train them how to do it? Like, would you go see a doctor that didn't go to medical school? No. So why would we work for a leader who has no training in being a leader? That's why we get managers. That's why we get micromanagers. That's why we get toxicity. It's not because they're bad people. It's because they don't know what they're doing. And they're making it up as they go along.
People in the world that are focused and like I wake up in the morning with a purpose. This is what I'm doing. You can feel that energy, or you can feel it because it's a kindred spirit. So those are the people that I tend to work with a lot. And if you don't have that, I can sense it. Right. But we're also very disciplined. If you're a person that's very distracted, hanging around the wrong crowd, not having that sense of purpose, we don't want to be around it.
Put yourself in a position where you're going to thrive, not where it's going to be comfortable, right? Number two is most immigrants will come here and they'll think blue collar. How am I going to trade time for dollars? And so job number one, job number two, job number three, get minimum sleep. My argument is, how quickly can you think up a service, a product, a business model that you can deploy in exchange for money, right? How can you leverage yourself?
In Manchester now is Manchester City. They have more money to spend on big players. Is it possible that one day, if they gave you the right offer, you could play for them, all out of respect for United?
You think the money gonna change my mind now with 13 years old? I don't think so. I think this is not gonna be the problem. Because if you will speak about the money, I will go to Qatar. Maybe probably have more money than Manchester City, but it's not about the money, it's about the passion.
Friendly reminder, worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace.
What are the areas of your life that you feel you missed out on that make you feel insecure? When you understand that, you start to recognize that this isn't a gap in you. It's a gap or a hole in your experience. Now remember, you can always improve your experience. You can always improve yourself. But first, we have to conquer the past by trying to understand.
If people are not listening to you, stop talking to them. And that is the best piece of advice that I can give you. And what happens is that if you stop talking to people who aren't listening to you and start watching them instead, they will tell you what they're up to. But so if you have things to say them, but you find people that will listen, talk to them. The ones who aren't listening, pull back. Because you're devaluing what you have to say by offering it to an audience that does nothing but reject it. And that's a good guideline to life in general.
We rip out so much of ourselves to be cured of things faster that we go bankrupt by the age of 30 and have less to offer each time we start with someone new. But to make yourself feel nothing so as not to feel anything. What a waste.
What about the pot?
I do not smoke pot. As anyone who watched that podcast could tell, I have no idea how to smoke pot. Or anything. I don't know how to smoke anything, honestly.
Here are some of the words written about you.
Yeah, sure.
Not the whole
There's
time.
a lot of
just
words.
over this summer. Erratic, unstable, reckless, operatic.
Operatic? It's not bad, actually. I kind of like that one. I'm just being me. I mean, I was certainly under insane stress and crazy hours, but the system would have failed if I was truly erratic.
Being self-promotional and putting yourself out there's so many people that have opinions about me. As long as the people that actually know me have the opinions they have versus the people that have never met me but they heard me say fuck on stage, like as long as I'm good with the people that actually can look under the hood, then I'll always win. So if you feel good about who you actually are, you need to get loud, and if you don't, fix your shit.
The comfort zone is dangerous. When you're comfortable, you are at most danger. The comfort zone is somewhere you should never feel comfortable. You should be happy and dissatisfied. Anybody ever tell you, hey, look, you know what? Just be satisfied with what you got. Don't believe them. Get them away from you. That's good. You should never be satisfied with what you got. Because the attempt to get more makes you into something better.